morning. I hope you're all doing well. This is the last week of September. We hit October on Wednesday next week. It is currently Friday the previous week. And I am ready for all the spooky season reads. And I'm kind of easing myself into it with the two books that I want to be reading in this vlog. So the first one is Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. I have already started this one. I am about halfway through and I am loving this so much. This comes out on October 7th. Thank you so much to the publishers for sending me through an arc. We're following our main character who lives in a world where I don't think it's like common knowledge whether magic exists or not, but they believe it does exist. And they take this folklore class that most people think is myth. And as a result of that, they learn things that are kind of told as stories that might actually be true and end up getting caught up in this search to find this one specific thing that people are willing to kill over. So we're following this character as they're trying to find this thing and try and save their own life at the same time. It's really good fun. I love Stephanie Garber's writing style. She always has such a lovely flow to her writing, and this is no exception to that. It's just done in a really easy, fun way to read and just really escapist. So this is the first book that we're reading this vlog, and as I said, I'm already halfway through and loving. The second book is The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. I have seen quite a few different reading vlogs for this and everyone has seemed to really enjoy it. I love Sylvia Moreno Garcia's writing style and this one sounds so good also. The sprayed edges, I love. I'm going to read you the blurb for this one. Back then, when I was a young woman, there were still witches. That was how Nana Alba always began the story she told her great-granddaughter Minerva. Stories that stayed with Minerva all her life. Perhaps that's why Minerva has become a graduate student focused on the history of horror literature and is researching the life of Beatrice Tremblay, an obscure author of macabre tales. In the course of assembling her thesis, Minerva uncovers information that reveals that Tremblay's most famous novel, The Vanishing, was inspired by a true story. Decades earlier, during the Great Depression, Tremblay attended the same university where Minerva is now studying and became obsessed with her beautiful and otherworldly roommate, who then disappeared under mysterious circumstances. As Minerva descends ever deeper into Tremblay's manuscript, she begins to sense that the malign force that stalked Tremblay and the missing girl might still walk the halls of the campus. These disturbing events also echo the stories Nana Alba told her girlhood in 1900 Mexico, where she had a terrifying encounter with a witch. Minerva suspects that the same shadow that darkened the lives of her great-grandmother and Beatrice Tremblay is now threatening her own in 1990s Massachusetts. An academic career can be a punishing pursuit, but it might turn out right deadly when witchcraft is involved. This sounds so cool. I love multi-generational novels, and this definitely does that with the magic-y mystery element to it as well. So these are the two books that I shall be reading in this vlog. I also got some book mail yesterday. Book mail, books came in the mail. Hey! This is the new Katrina Ward. This is Nowhere Burning. I absolutely loved the Last House on Needless Street, so when the publishers offered me an arc of this, I was very excited. This comes out February 2026. The quote tagline on the back of it says, "They find things at nowhere after the fire. There is a gurney, there are metal trays of instruments, there is a drain in the centre of the floor like the ones in abattoirs. There is a small dark room adjoining and the walls are covered with the photographs of boys who will never see the sun again. The pet graveyard is not for pets after all." I am going into this knowing very little, but I'm incredibly intrigued, and the cover intrigues me even more. The little burnt hole with then the mountainscape behind it. Very interested in this, so thank you again for the publishers for sending me this one through. I have quite a few things I need to do today. So I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done, but I do have a Twilight marathon with my friend Tilly later this evening, which I'm very excited for. Some stuff has changed since last we spoke. I went to the hairdressers to get what I thought would not be this haircut. I kind of wanted, so I already cut my hair short like 2 months ago. I'm saying a hairdresser cut my hair short like 2 months ago. Really liked it, it grew really quickly, so I was going to go back to that height and then, or that length rather, and then like a little tiny bit shorter. But now we have this, and my sister says I look like Edna Mode from The Incredibles. I can't style it right. I want it to be like messy and flicky. I don't mind it. I like it when I can brush it over like that and it kind of goes a bit bouncy, but yeah, I'm not really, it's not quite what I thought. I don't dislike it, but it's not quite what I thought. Also, the colour's very dark. I thought it was going to be like a warm autumnal browny red was the kind of vibe again for that, but it's gone dark brown. I don't know what it comes across as properly on camera because there is colour editing in this footage, so it's not going to look quite right, but yeah. This is what's happening. Anyway, reading updates. This morning I finished Alchemy of Secrets. I think this has to be a 5 stars. I haven't run it through Corpile yet, but this was so good. It was so twisty-turny. I love a twisty-turny novel because I feel like they're just, one, they just keep you gripped, and two, they feel so escapist because you're constantly thinking like, what is happening? Who is it happening to? Who can I trust? I think Stephanie Garber does such a good job of creating this nonsensical, fantastical world where it does feel limitless as to what can happen, and the magic systems are always really fun, and especially in this one where we're in a world where there was kind of this questioning of magic, but initially we don't really know, the main character doesn't really know if magic exists or if it's all just myths and legends and stories, and then we gradually get more of that information fed to us throughout the book. The premise of this is that main character is searching for something specific, so we're going along with them on that search, and alongside that there are other people looking for this thing, and as a result of that you just don't know who to trust because you don't know who's looking for what and what their intentions are upon looking for this thing, which for me just made it so much more compelling because I just didn't know at what point anyone was going to show their true colours and what their true colours were going to be. It was just so good and so gripping and so escapist because Stephanie Garber's writing style is just really fun, really easy fun writing style that just does fantasy in a really engaging and brilliantly magical way where you just get swept away with these characters. I believe this is a duology, or at least there's more than one book in this series, and I need that second book now, which is not going to happen because this isn't even out until the 7th of October and it's currently just at the end of September. But honestly, do yourself a favour and order this book, pre-order it, order it whenever you're watching this video, just get yourself a copy of this book because honestly, so good, so fun. And also really brilliant with the way that it played homage to various different movies and the film industry as well, and the way that it talked about the folklore and the myths and stuff. I think that that was done in a really fun way as well. It kind of added another layer to it. So I had a great time with this. I am now going to be, well not right now, but tonight I'm going to be starting The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, which I am very excited about. Today I also went to get more paint samples. I am redoing the bedroom. I was gonna say the bedroom in my flat, the bedroom in my home, the only bedroom I have, my bedroom. I'm redoing my bedroom and I want to, hang on, let me show you the vibe. Actually, I can put it up on screen. Here's the vibe. This is the kind of vibe I'm going for. Oh my gosh, I can't find the right paint color. I'm gonna be painting one wall and I have so many paint samples. I don't know what the point of me showing these to you is because, as I said, this footage is color edited, so these aren't gonna be true to color, but I nipped to B&Q today to pick up more paint samples, of which I think the closest one here is possibly Adobe Dusk or Pumpkin Gaze, but I don't know if they're a bit orangey. I basically want like a kind of terracotta colour. These are the other ones I got. Initially I wanted like a burnt orange, which this definitely is, but I think maybe for a bedroom this isn't so calming. And then I've got these ones as well. I've gone all over the place. I've got my paint samples from all the different shops. This one I like a lot. This is from Coat. It's baked from Coat. But I'm just, oh my god, I'm drowning in a sea of paint samples, so that's also what I've done with my day. If anyone has any suggestions, I don't know whether I'll have picked by the time this video goes live, but just the vibe is the picture I put up on screen, which is my Pinterest board of bedroom stuff, but it's just so I'm struggling so much. It's so hard to see from these little things what a whole wall is going to look like. I know there's apps that you can do to change the colour, like Dulux I think has a sample element within their app so you can like project it onto your wall, but I can't decide. I don't want to make the wrong decision. In different lights it looks better than others. I don't know. Anyway, that's a little look into my day. I still can't get used to this haircut. I just can't. Anyway, I'm off out to dinner tonight with people that I play rounders with. It's the end of our season, so we do a little dinner to celebrate the year of playing, which should be nice. I am enjoying The Bewitching very much. I'm very intrigued to see how this all knits together. Like, there's this witchy haunting going on throughout the different time periods that we're following, but we're getting the narrative told through what is the present day in the book, which is the late 90s, and then we're getting diary entries almost, or like one of the main characters in the 1990s is reading these diary entries from the 30s that are giving her some information as to somebody who went missing that she's trying to understand about. And then we've also got the early 1900s storyline as well. And it's very intriguing to see how it all knits together and how each of these storylines are intertwining with each other. So I'm having a good time with this. I don't know why, but I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Could not go back to sleep. Tried for a good long time. It's currently just about to turn 7 a.m. and I thought I might as well get up and go to the gym. So that is what I'm doing. Hello, it's me, Edna Mode. I finished The Bewitching. I've had a very productive morning. I accidentally woke up ridiculously early, so I decided to get up and go to the gym, and I have also managed to finish my book. It is October 1st, which means it is time for spooky season officially, so I'm going to be moving on to all of my October-y TBR books. I haven't really made an official TBR, but I have in my head what I want to be reading, and it was a good start to the month to finish this, because this is a very cleverly woven Gothic horror. I really liked the elements that we had of the 3 different generations of characters that we were following. We're getting not only like the modern day of the book perspective, which is in the late 90s, we're getting that character. She's then looking into a journal from the 1930s, and then we're also getting the story of her, I think it's her great-grandma, is it? A relative of hers, yeah, great-grandma in the early 1900s, and we're getting some strange things happening in each of those storylines that we're slowly learning a little bit more about, and they're entwining into each other's storylines. I think that the way that the tension built in this was really clever. Silvia Moreno Garcia, for me, writes such good atmospheres, and you can't flaw the atmosphere in this. It was totally immersive. It completely felt like the Gothic. It felt very uncanny, and there was a lot in it that felt very unsettling purely because of the setting and the atmosphere and the way that that was built up. The paranormal, witchy, creepy element of it, I think, was done really interestingly as well, because I didn't quite know what direction it was going to head in, and the one that it did head in just completely kept me gripped, and the way that it flits back and forth between the different timelines keeps the pacing really interesting as well, because you're constantly learning little tiny nuggets of information. But what's interesting is I think a lot of the time when you have multiple different time periods that you're focusing on in a plot, you normally have a little bit more information about one of those time periods in the past because of the one you're following in the present day. But in this book, you don't really get that. You are pretty much as clueless as the main characters in each different time period. You don't feel like you have any greater knowledge than them. So it kind of made you feel like you were experiencing this alongside them, which then adds to the kind of uncanny element of it and the Gothic horror element of it. So I really enjoyed all of that. I've given this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think for me it wasn't quite like broaching the 4-star territory, and I'm not really sure why. Like, I really liked it and it totally swept me away and I completely felt invested in it, but I feel like there was a little bit of a punch I was waiting for that it didn't quite hit with. But saying that, I really enjoyed it. I really liked the end. It felt very intense. It built really well. I really enjoyed the characters and getting to know them and seeing the different range of characters we had throughout the course of like nearly 100 years of this book's plot. I thought that was really great, and I really enjoyed as well the fact that we had some characters featuring in multiple parts of these timelines multiple times, which was really clever. I enjoyed it a lot, had a great time with it. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I shall be wrapping up this vlog here so that I can start my first October reading vlog, which I'm so excited for. I love October reading so much, so there is lots of fun, horror-y, spooky themed October reading to come. I have my spooky top on to celebrate. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.